Well, hello, friends. Welcome to the Talk of the Town show. Today, I have some very busy things on the horizon. So, I wanted to bring a show that we've done in the past, actually June 5th to be exact. And it was the day when I had a wonderful young man from Clearwater who was singing for his supper, going around Clearwater, knocking on doors, and presenting a beautiful song to everyone that he met. And something transpired after that show. First of all, it was our best watched show, so that's why I'm bringing it back to you today. But also, as a result of meeting Ben Hild, I actually bought 6 of the beautiful cross necklaces that he made, and I brought them with me to Washington, D.C., where I had met some amazing sisters. And these nuns were so lovely and so patriotic in helping their country and people that I wanted to make sure that I gave them to them. So since then, those 6 crosses, I'm sure, have been gracing some masses and helping people for when the sisters come to do their work and their calling. So that's that. And secondly, we lost a good friend recently. The former host of this show, the source of this show, the Talk of the Town, a very good friend for many, many years. I've known him since the 80s. Pat Lufan has left us suddenly. And there will be a memorial coming up very soon, so please check back on my Facebook for the details. On August 5th, there will be a memorial service here in Clearwater, and I'm making sure that a lovely gathering is suitably done for our good friend Pat. So I wish Pat Godspeed. I know I will see him again. And for anyone who did know Pat or wanted to come and pay your respects, the event will be August 5th at 1 p.m. here in Clearwater. So please check back with me on my Facebook page. So with that, I will bring you the show. I hope you enjoy it. And next week, we'll bring you some more great news and some great events. Well, hello, everybody. This is Lynn Positin, also known as Lynn About Town, on the Talk of the Town. And today, I am just going to tell you that this was an ultra surprise. We just met, and I mean like we just met. Like that whole hot mess, those who are watching on Facebook saw, that was because I just met this lovely boy named Ben. If you don't mind me saying boy, I have 3 sons.
Oh, you're good.
So you're a young man, you're a man, you're a boy. I heard the first time I heard the word ageist the other day, and I'm like, okay, I can't keep up. I'm not ageist. I'm not anything. I'm just a mom of boys, and I admire boys. So Ben is a local guy, and the way I got to invite Ben to come on the radio today is that my friend Kiara Gill, who I know is watching, hi Kiara, had this amazing thing happen. Her doorbell rang in her neighborhood, in her house, and she opened the door, and there was this handsome young man named Ben. And why don't you tell people who are listening what you told this person and what you were doing?
So basically, as we all know, college is very expensive. So in an attempt to help my mother with tuition and raise some money for school, I go door to door and I sell handmade horseshoe nail cross necklaces that are made by me. All different colors. Should I show them?
Yeah, you can show the people on
They're
Facebook.
all different colors, and basically they're handmade and they're horseshoe nail cross necklaces, and they come with a free song in German, French, Italian, Latin, or English.
Okay, I did not know you sang and spoke all those languages, so that's pretty cool.
Well, I don't speak those languages, but I can sing in them at least.
Songs in them, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Yeah. And so, well, I think without further ado, we should have Ben sing a little song. What do you think, everybody? Yeah.
Okay, so this is O del mio amato ben, which means O lost enchantment of my dearly beloved. So it's kind of a tragic song about the pain of having love and then lost. So this is O del mio amato ben. O del mio amato ben, perduto in canto, lunge dagli occhi miei. Chimera glorie vanto, or per le mute stanze, sempre la cerco e chiamo, con pieno il cor di speranza, ma cerco invan, chiamo invan, e il pianger me si corro, che di pianto sonnutro il cor. Thank you so
Oh
much.
my, I have chills.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. That was really beautiful.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. It's really my pleasure. So here's the deal, everybody. For those of you who do know me, you know that I'm very proud that my daughter just graduated college. And I know that, you know, not to make her feel bad, Samantha, you know how proud I am, and you know, I know we made the right move, but it was really tough. I mean, I used to say to people in February, you know, knowing that April was coming and she graduated in April,
Right.
I said, if you read about a woman in Clearwater who got arrested at 3 a.m. for running down the street naked, screaming, wahoo! It was because
You lost your mind.
I paid that last college payment, and I am just celebrating. I am just so glad it's done, you know.
Right.
So she's you know, going on and trying to get a job in the arts as well. She's a dancer. So I want to tell you a little bit about Ben. Ben went to Johns Hopkins in St. Pete for middle school. He went to the Pinellas County Center for the Arts at Gibbs High School. Shout out to a great school. And in college, he goes to what is it called?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City University,
University, yeah.
OCU.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
wrote OCU and it was like OCD. I couldn't remember what it was. Oklahoma City University. And so now, how did you come up with this idea to help your mom?
Okay, so my dad actually taught me how to make the crosses. We used to see him every other weekend, so my 2 older brothers and I, my mom also raised 3 boys on her own, so when we would go visit my dad, we would go out and sell them all together. I wouldn't be singing for people, but that was just kind of something we did that my dad would help us with so we could have just a little bit of like play money, you know?
Yeah, singing for your supper.
Right. So that's how I got to know about like the cross necklaces and everything. Last summer, I worked a full summer with Vivint, which is home security and home automation. My oldest brother works for them. He's doing really well. And it was fun. I learned a ton about sales in general and door knocking. But I didn't decide to do another summer this summer. I decided to just apply the skills that I learned there with the sales to kind of my own business here. But I decided to add the singing. So that people knew really why I was trying to raise the money and what my passion was, and that I was out there for that reason to try to help my mom out with tuition. So it really just kind of clicked, and I ended up making much better money than anything else I could be doing. If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be working at Chick-fil-A, which is where I worked during high school over on in Clearwater.
Yeah, in Gulf to Bay.
Yeah. But yeah, it just kind of all worked, and you know, I get to meet people, new people, and they get to, you know, hear my name and hear my song, and I kind of set my own hours, and yeah, it's like
beautiful.
my
I mean,
own-
we are getting into some hot weather, so as a mother, I
Yes.
want to say to you, please,
Yes.
I have this really great drink that will help you.
Oh, okay,
You can
okay.
keep it in your pocket, and you just dump it into water, and it's
Yeah.
got some electrolytes and some
Good.
salts.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I need that.
Wow, these are beautiful. For those of you who can see that on Facebook, they have really nice weight to them, and they're. So you said, what did you say they were made out of?
Horseshoe nails.
Horseshoe
Yes,
nails,
ma'am.
because I'm going. I don't see a horseshoe.
No, so
nails.
it's 4 horseshoe nails. There's 2 different bends to make the top and the bottom, and then they're just wrapped in colored wire.
It's
Yeah.
brilliant, and you keep it so smooth.
Thank you.
I think that's wonderful.
They didn't look like that in the beginning. They were pretty ugly. It
but-
took some time to get them to look nice.
But even that you thought of, you know, applying the skills you learned in sales
Mm-hmm.
and to actually, because, you know, I've learned what public relations is.
Right.
And what my definition that I like to apply is good works made well known. So
Okay.
you have this talent, and the only way to get it out there is to get it out there.
Knock on those doors.
Yeah. So when I heard that he was doing that, I'm thinking, well, that's the whole purpose of my radio show, connecting people, showing good guys, showing, good deeds, and making the Tampa Bay area shine for all of the good things,
Yeah.
A sad thing happened today. I don't know if you heard about Kate Spade passing away,
I didn't.
the designer.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
didn't know that.
and it looks like she took her own life, and that is ridiculously sad.
Right.
And I saw it today, and I thought, my gosh, so there's the fame, there's the money,
Right.
there's the notoriety, probably adoration, and she was still very unhappy. So to me, when I see someone doing what makes them happy and doing art, and like you just like taking the reins and just like helping your mom, and it's just such a dynamic thing that I think people need to hear you, because my gosh, that's amazing. And anybody that can help you, do you have like a website set up? Or
I
do you
don't have a
anything?
website. People keep asking me. I really should make one. So I'll probably make one pretty soon.
Okay, well, I am going to put someone who's probably watching on the spot.
Okay.
Her name is Katrina Crocker. I had her on as a guest a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Her business is called Do Good Creative.
Oh,
And I can only tell you that she is, if you look at her in a certain light, you actually see her halo. She is
She's an
a
angel.
shining angel. She always helps out. And even if it were just to give you advice or
Yeah.
get you going, I'm volunteering her, because
would love
I know
that.
that, and I'm not saying what I'm volunteering you for, Katrina. You can decide what extent you want to do that. But this young man, you heard those pipes. That has to be something that is fostered and supported, and that's what you're a local good guy. We gotta let you know. So
do my
hopefully
best.
this little show today, people were watching and they're sharing it. How can they see you on Facebook?
Yeah, you can just look up Ben Hild. That's me on Facebook there.
BEN.
I don't post a ton, but I'm on there.
Yeah,
so,
but
yeah.
when it's go, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
BENHILD, Hild. And I found him real easy, and he's very handsome. If you can't see him on Facebook, I mean, if you can't see him here live on Facebook, go on Facebook and see, because he's quite a shining guy. So what else can we talk about with these crosses? What is the cost of these?
I ask a $10 donation for each one.
And you give everyone the serenade on
But
top of
it comes with a free song. Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
I also do a deal. I do 1 for 10, 2 for 18, 3 for 20, 4 for 25, and 5 for 30.
That's incredible.
So, yeah.
I have a friend named Mark Phillips. Mark, if you're watching with your ChurchNet group, I think that this is quite an item, and you'd be supporting the arts and supporting a young man who, in this day and age, let's just say, now I do sound like an old lady. In this day and age, when do you hear about someone doing that?
Yeah.
You know what, when you were talking about how you worked for, what was the name of it?
Vivint.
Vivint, okay. And so I'm thinking, okay, door to door. I've lived here in Clearwater 14 years. May was 14 years. I lived in New Jersey prior to that.
Oh, okay.
And I have had maybe 3 knocks on my door in
Yeah.
14 years. So if you came to my door and you did that, I would just be like doing cartwheels. So I was thrilled that.
Well, that would be nice. I don't meet a lot of those people.
But Kiara, see, had she not, that's the beauty
Yeah.
of social media, right?
Yeah.
Had she not put that post up, I wouldn't have known about this. So I think that's great. I think we'll get that. So tell me about college. Tell me about what
college-
performances you've done and
College
what you've
has
loved.
been wonderful. I've been very blessed to be cast in many shows. When I first got to OCU my freshman year, I did a student-run show, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
I love that
So
show.
I was Mr. Twimble, the old mailroom guy.
You were.
And that was fun. We did a whole duet, and I threw
I
up.
love watching all the guys dance.
Yes. I threw up mail in the air at the end of my song, and it was a whole. I mean, OCU is my dream school, and I knew it from the time that I actually visually saw when I was there physically for the first time. It's all these brick buildings. The whole
Nice.
campus is like that, and it's just a gorgeous campus and a wonderful place to be able to study. So it's my dream school, and I've been so blessed to be cast in many things while I've been there. How to Succeed in Business. My favorite show that I did while I was there was La Rondine, which is a Puccini Italian opera. And if you know opera, you know that Puccini is like the cream of the crop, basically. But it's just gorgeous music that will stick with me for the rest of my life. Whenever I hear it, it just brings back all these good memories.
But look what that brings out in a singer. You see,
Yeah.
if you have a piece like that moves you, you are going to, you hit tones
Yeah.
that you might not even know that you could
Right.
do. A funny note, Pat Benatar, you've heard
Yeah,
of Pat
yeah,
Benatar,
yeah.
Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Well, okay, so there I am in high school. My young boyfriend has a band, and we do middle school dances, and they needed a female, and so he brings me in, and I'm like, I'm not well trained. He's like, no, Lynn, I've heard you sing. You can do this. So I start
Yeah.
practicing with the band, and of course, the Pretenders, are in, and Pat Benatar. Well, I start doing the whole Pat Benatar thing. It's going great. I get to the last, thing, and
Right.
she hits these sick notes that I'm like going, and then they're trying to teach me how to cheat,
Oh,
and make
okay.
this sound come out of your nose, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, fast forward, I found out that Pat Benatar was a trained opera star.
Oh, wow.
And that's why she could hit those notes.
had no idea.
Nobody could hit those
No,
notes.
honestly, that's part of the reason why I decided to study classical music and opera in particular is because I wanted to become like a master. This is what my voice teacher says, so I'm stealing it from you, Jeffrey Picone. But I wanted to become a master of my voice, like a true technician, to know exactly how to use my instrument. Also, classical music is just beautiful to sing. But I do think that opera is the ultimate form of singing, as far as like the technical difficulty of it. But with that being said, you can use the technique that you learn and apply it to any style and make it better supported in a healthier sound. So like my roots.
So that's like the bass and the roots.
Right. Like my roots are in like gospel music. That's where I began singing was church. My mom and dad both sang in church their whole lives, still do. So like gospel, that kind of thing is my roots. And then I also love jazz and blues, that kind of thing. So learning about opera and classical music has...
Sound like Elvis.
Yeah,
That sounds like exactly what I know of how Elvis started,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So learning about opera and like the technique of singing has only helped those styles so much for me because I can just apply like the support and like, singing from the right places to those styles, but still keep them, authentic. And
Well, how
themselves.
interesting is this? So I have this ballerina daughter.
Right.
So for 6 years.
Who dances beautifully, by the
Thank
way.
you.
I saw
Did
the
you see her
video.
dance
It's
room?
gorgeous. Very
Proud
good.
mother, had to show him.
Yeah.
She did all of that classical ballet training.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she got to college, she expanded and she said to me, Mommy, I can't get the good teachers because the class is filled up with people that have the modern concentration. And I can't get in those classes, so I'm never going to get better at it. And so she switched her concentration from ballet to
Oh,
modern.
right.
But guess what? With that base, with that strong foundation, like you said, knowing your instrument,
Right.
with her having all of that amazing positioning and strength that she learned in ballet,
Yep.
she was able to transition to modern like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know that you could do it the other way around.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So interesting how it's
Yeah.
the arts and it's similar, even though it's singing and
No, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
singing and dancing.
Probably for visual art too. Like learning, classic
right.
classic techniques. I'm sure help with all the weird.
Sure,
new-
because
the
you
new
can get
stuff.
fancy on top of it. You
Right.
can embellish or go off on your own little bent. But
Yeah.
if you have that structure, like a
It's like
building,
Lady Gaga too. She did that. She was classically trained first, and then used that to help her career. So.
and doesn't that make her sound so unique?
Yeah, it does.
Because
It
she
does.
can pull out. She can
And there's a
pull
lot
out
of
those notes.
pop singers who will sing for years, but then they'll lose their voices because they never learned how to actually sing, and they got famous too quick and never really like learned the basics, the foundation.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful to have been able to go to places that can teach me, all those techniques and those things that I need to know. Even if I don't end up doing opera, like the techniques and the things that I've learned, I can take with me for the rest of my life in whatever style I end up doing.
Absolutely. And I just had another, and everyone who knows me well, whether they appreciate it or not, you're going to have to deal with it. I get a bright idea and I just blurt it out. I'm
Yeah.
just thinking now that I do know someone locally, and she has a heart of gold and a voice of an angel.
Yeah.
And she is an incredible opera singer. And I was just thinking, see the smoke coming out of my ears here? I'm thinking that we get you and her to rehearse together,
I would
and
love
we
that.
do a little fundraiser, a little event, and I would be really happy to get
I would
into something
love to
like
do
that.
that.
And I know that there are people watching that would be like, Lynn, I will get behind that as
Yes,
well.
I would love to
and
do
we
that.
we can help get some money for your college. So now they must have offered you some kind of scholarship.
Yes,
Are you on
yes.
a partial?
I have
or-
about 50% of it covered.
That's excellent.
But it's, it's an expensive school, so
Yeah. Just
my-
a living is
yeah.
a lot.
yeah. So my mom and I are coming up with the rest, mostly my mother. So I'm trying to pay her back. And
Thank you, Mom. You're
Yes,
wonderful.
thank you, Mom.
I hope to meet you soon.
Thank you, Mom, for not just the money, but also literally everything, my entire life, all of the support that she's always given me to follow my dream. I mean, I couldn't be more thankful.
You can't even. I was thinking because I had a Mother's Day, thing and a show, and I just moved my mom into an assisted living facility recently. And today, I told you when I called you, I'm
Right.
like, I'm hopping in the shower. I moved her from one apartment to the other, and I just thought of how she raised 7 children.
Yeah.
And she didn't even have a driver's license until I was in high school because
That's
God knows
incredible.
she didn't leave the house.
Right, right.
And there's a set of twins after me. And by the way, happy birthday, June and Jill. It's their birthday today.
Shall I sing happy birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
June and Jill.
Happy birthday to you. And many
A little
Yeah, there you
vibrato
go. Come on, shake it off a little.
Do you know, I saw something, I started to fall in love with Shakira lately.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how it happened, but I heard that Zootopia song she did.
Yeah.
I'm falling down.
Yeah.
Na, na, na. Well, she has an amazing amount of vibrato, right?
Right.
And so get this, she wasn't even picked for her high school choir because the teacher said her vibrato made her sound like a goat. And she didn't get picked. And I thought, that's why you have to promote the arts. That's why you have to run your own public relations
Look
and
at her
sing
now.
for your supper and go out there and
Yeah.
keep putting it out there
Yeah.
because he was wrong.
Yeah.
He was way wrong.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if you let other people tell you that you're not going to make it and you believe them, then you're never going to make it. But if you believe that you're going to make it no matter what happens, you'll get there.
That's right. The
Even if you're
passion.
not famous, if you're doing what you love, you don't really care about that,
I agree.
But look
I
at her
agree
now.
Totally.
She's killing it.
Oh, she is. And
She's killing it.
I never, when you see them all dolled up, but I saw her
Right.
in this when she was like with the headphones on doing that. I don't even think she had makeup on.
Yeah.
Cute as a button. And I just
Yeah,
looked at
yeah.
her and I went, I'm so glad I watched this because it's just a whole side of her and it's really
Right.
her.
Yeah, it's just raw, like just her on her own.
I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved every minute of it. So Ben, what
Mm-hmm.
else can we tell people? How can they can we do like I'm trying to think would you come to if I did an event and
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get you a free table, like a vendor table
Absolutely.
and a mic and maybe we can
I'll sing as many songs as you want me to sing.
that would be awesome. So you're
Yeah.
around because it's summer.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so we will definitely stay in touch. And anyone listening, we don't have enough time to call in because we got yakking here, but I don't have anyone on hold, do I? Oh, I do. I have a caller? No, I don't have a caller. Okay. Well, we have 1 minute left. And what I do want to tell everyone watching is if you think of a way to support an artist near you, whether it is dance or poetry or jewelry making or singing or just a young kid trying to glue some sticks together. Don't ever be too critical. It's just it's murder on an artist.
Or at least give them an open ear, just to hear them out and see what they're doing.
Yeah, critiquing is different.
Yeah,
And now
right,
critical is
right.
just carping, why didn't you do it this way?
right.
Do not do that to an artist. And honestly, the world is run by artists. Artists
Mm-hmm.
keep the create and the enthusiasm
Gotta spread the love, you know what I mean?
and the aesthetics. Yeah. So I'm really, really happy to have the show today. Ben, why don't you just say goodbye in another
Goodbye, everyone.
language?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me
You're
on
very
the show. I
welcome.
couldn't be more thankful.
You're
so.
welcome. Maybe is there a way to sing goodbye?
I
I was thinking Sound of Music. Goodbye.
I don't know it.
Goodbye.
I know I should know the sound of music. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.